Good day, everyone. Welcome to the next section of our web development. So, in this section, we'll be moving to JavaScript. So, firstly, I'll be doing introduction to JavaScript. So, what do we mean by JavaScript? JavaScript is an high-level programming language used to create interactive and dynamic content on web pages. It is one of the core technologies of the web alongside HTML and CSS. So what do we mean by dynamic content and interactive? Just like the way we be doing our normal HTML and CSS. The website we'll be building, that we've been cloning, you'll be seeing some kind of dynamic interactions, either on navbar or responsiveness. You'll be seeing a lot of interactive and dynamic content on the websites we've been cloning. They are the handworks of that. These are the handworks of JavaScript. So JavaScript is also one of the core technologies of web pages. If you are trying to build the web pages alongside HTML and CSS. So now we'll be moving to JavaScript essentials. So before we move to JavaScript essentials, I want to put us to call our attention to something. While creating our HTML and CSS, we make use of some extensions called .html. But in JavaScript case, we make use of .jx, so that we can know that everything we are writing is in JavaScript. I didn't mean I want to create another new file. I will just do a.jx. Automatically, I've created a new JavaScript file. My browser will understand that this file I'm creating, it is a JavaScript file. So now we will be typing something with our for our introduction. We'll be doing something to greet the world. We will be logging out hello world to our console. So how do we do that? We can just do console.log. We use console.log to log out variables to the console on our browser, and we use it to debug errors on the browser, and we can check it from the console. How do we check it? So I will come to within my JavaScript file. I will do console.log, then I will call my bracket. This is the syntax of console.log. Then within it, I will put my quote, my colon, then I'll either single quotes or double quotes or backticks, anyone you want to use. Then I will print hello world. So on my JavaScript file, I've console.log hello world to the browser. Then I'll come to my index.html. So what am I doing within my index.html? I will have to call a tag called script tag. So this my script tag will be what I will be using to make my JavaScript file to interact with my web page, with my website. Then I'll have to do what? Call my JavaScript file within this SRC. My JavaScript file. Let me locate it. Okay, this is it. So automatically I've located my JavaScript file. Then now what's the next thing? I will go live. Now I'm on live. Now the next thing for me to do, I want to inspect my web page to see if what I've sent to the console, if I can see it. Then I will do a right click. Then I will click on inspect. Right click, inspect. Then I will go to my console since we are making use of the console. So automatically I'm seeing I'm seeing my hello world. I'm seeing hello world from the console, and can you see the file I linked? So this is the file I linked. So I'm seeing hello world. So that's how to log things to your console from your JavaScript file. So anything we'll be doing with our JavaScript file, we'll have to log them to the console only when we get to our DOM, which is document oriented manipulation, document object model, before we can start making use of our DOM statement. So you can see everything, how it interacts with your element tags. So now we'll be moving to variables and data types. Variables and data type. Variables. But we'll be starting with variables. So what are variables? Variables are just like a container. They help us to store our values. They help us to store our values or data. Variables are container that stores values or data. So they help us to store values and data. And we have three types of variables and three ways to declare our variables in JavaScript. And they are ways to declare our variables. We have one. We have using let. Using let. We have two. Using var. And we have three. Using const. So these are the three ways of declaring our variables. Three ways of declaring our variables. So now we can simply assign any other data types to this to our variables. So data types are values. Data types. Data types are values we assign to our what? To our variables. Data types are values we assign to our variables, and we have types of data types. We have one, string. We have two, number. We have three. We have the boolean. We have four. We have the array. And we have five. We have the object. So now we will start using our variables and our data types together. So now I want to start with let. How do we declare let, and how do we assign a value to it using our data type? So now I'll start with let. Let me use let. I'll start with let. Then let. Now let now is just like I am declaring a variable, but where am I saving the variable? Then I will call a number. I will declare a name to my variables. Then I will do it as, let's say, number, or let's make use of name. I will say let's name equals. So we want to make use of string first. Then I will do strings, then name Joe. Then this is a string. So how do you know that is a string? It is a string because this Joe here is within a quote. Anything that is within a quote, it is called string. Any value that is within a quote, it is called string. So we have this syntax here as variable. Let me comment it out. We have variable. We have our variable name. And our value. So this is the syntax of making use of your variables and data types. So this variable here is our what? Our variable. Let is our variable. So name here now is our variable name. The name we are assigning to our variable. and this Joe here, our value, that is data type. Data type. So we have variable let, we have name here, variable name, we have Joe, value, which is our what, our data type. So now I want to view these results on the console. How am I supposed to view this on the console? Then I will come under this, I will console.log. I want to log it to my console. Then we have this syntax. So now what am I logging to my console? This name. I want to view this name from my console. Then I will just come within my log. Then I will put name. Then I will come back here and refresh. So I'm having Joe. So I've automatically logged Joe to my console. I can say Joe for my console. So now let's log other data types and variables. Now let's make use of var. Then our variable, then let's assign a variable name to it. I will say var number equals 100. So how do I know that this is a number? For us to know that it is a number, it has to be in our normal numerals, our normal numbers. But if we should put it within this string, automatically JavaScript is not understanding it as a number anymore. It is understanding it as a string. It is understanding it as a string, not a number. So automatically this is a string. When I log it to the console, and I put number, automatically I will be seeing 100 as a number on the console. But to JavaScript, this is not a number, it is a string. Then if you want to convert it back to number, just have to remove the string we assigned to it. Then it will become a number. Then it will become a number, and we can see the difference. This is showing something like a different type of something, different from these types. So automatically this is a number. Let me return it back to string so you can see the difference. Then let me log it. It's changing back to white. So automatically our JavaScript does not understand anything in a quote. Even if it is a number, as far as it is in a quote, it is called string. It is called what? String. And we have our next one, const. So I'll be using my const with boolean. So I want to check if something is true. Then I will do const my variable, then variable name const is true. Equals to what? False. Then I will console.log is true. I will log is true to my browser. So if it is true, then it should give us what? It should give us false. So can you see? It is giving us false. So that's how boolean works. Boolean is used to choose between, it's just like our yes and no, to check if conditions are what? Conditions are true or false. And we have the array. Array are used to store objects. Then if you want to store an array, I can make use of const let var, but let's make use of const. I can say const my array, const my array. Then how do I know that something is an array? If it is in a square bracket, it is an array. It is an array. Then how do I know that if I want to input my proper values in array, I can do 1, then comma 2, comma 3, comma, then I can make use of what? Make use of string, I can say Joe, comma, then another one Wale, comma. I can make use of my boolean true. Then if I want to log it, I will come here, console.log to my browser. Then I'll do my array. Then next see, can you see it? I'm saying the number of things I'm having within my array 1, 2, 3, which is the numbers, the Joe, the Wale, and the boolean. These are the string numbers and boolean. So automatically we can see them we can see our array, and also have our objects. So how do you know that something is an object? I can make use of const, I can make use of let, I can make use of var. So but I want to make use of const. Then I'll do const my object equals. How do you know that something is an object? It has to be in a curly brace. It has to be in a curly brace. Then our object has its own property and value. So what is property? I can say car, then this. What type of car? Then I can say okay, Toyota. Then I'll put comma, model. Then I'll put in a string Venza, then comma again. Then I'll put here, then a number 2024. Then I'll put comma here also. So I can put a what's it called, an array within my object. Then I will do something like is true. Then I will do true. Then comma. Then I can do brand. Then I will do what? Venza. In string. Venza, comma, Toyota, and so on. So I want to view it from my console. Then I have to do console.log, then my object. Then let's view it on the console. So we're having our object here listed out. Can you see it? Brand, we have the Venza Toyota, we have the car Toyota, is true, model here, and so on. So that's how to view our object. So the next one we want to do now is we'll be moving to, I've explained data types and the types of data types we have. I've explained variable. So these are our variables and data types. So I'll be moving on to operators. So how do we operate? What is operators? Just like our normal mathematics. So the first thing I will be doing now is I will create another file, then I will give it operators.jx. Then how do we do this? So our operators.jx, what are our operators? Our operators are just like our normal addition and subtraction, what's it called, division, multiplication, modules, and so on. We have a lot of operators in JavaScript. So now we have operators.jx. So we'll be starting with the plus, addition, minus, division, multiplication, and so on. So now let's make use of our let to add up numbers together. Then in this case I'll be declaring, we want to add up two numbers, so automatically I'll be declaring two variables and what is adding them. Then I will just do let a, that's my number. Let's see, okay, let me use num1. My num1 equals what? 10 in number. Then I'll do let num2 equals 20. That's a number. Then I want to add them together. Then I'll do let addition, or let's say let's add equals. Then I want to add these two numbers together. I can simply do 10 plus 20. But what's the sense of doing 10 plus 20 when I can just come here and do directly and do let's add equals to 10 plus 20 directly. But in this case, since I've declared a variable and I have a variable name assigned to them and their value, I can just come here and do num1 plus, I'm working with addition now, then num2. Then automatically it will help me add my num1 and num2. Then I want to view this on my console. Then I will come to index.html. I will change the directory of my JavaScript file. Then exe. Okay. Do we console.log it? Okay, we've not logged it to the console. So let's do console.log. Console.log, then I will do add. So note, I'm not putting string within this add and these other ones, unlike the first one we did. Can you see there's not string here, there's not quotes here, no quotes, unlike this first one we did. This first one we are putting a quote because we are just writing it as a normal word. We've not assigned it to a value. Had it been we've assigned hello world to a value, then we don't have to put it in a quote. We just have to do console.log, then call the variable name directly here. Okay, let's do something like let's greet equals hello world. Then I will just change from here from hello world to greet. Then if you should check your browser, then you should be saying hello world. I'm still saying the hello world. So that just is not that we are doing something bad. So if anytime you've created a variable and you've assigned a variable name to it and a value, if you want to log it on the console, you just have to do what? Call the variable directly into the console. Call the variable name directly into the console. These are our variable name. Then I'm calling it directly within my console. So when I go to the console, I'm saying 30, which is my what? 20 plus 10 equals to what? 30. So now let's do for addition. Let's num1. So since I've already assigned num1, I can just come here and do let's subtract equals, okay, num2 minus num1. Then I will come here, I will log it to the console, console.log, then I will do subtract. Then let's do the results. So that's 10. So automatically our 20 minus 10 is 10. So let's do for multiplication also. Let's multi equals num2. Then how do we get our multiplication sign? Using this asterisk, then num1. Then we will do what? Console.log multi. Then it should multiply it for us. So we can do a lot of operations within our operators. We can make use of a lot of operators within this. So let me call you to attention. Okay, let me prove to you. I said something at the other time, like if a number is in a quote, it's not longer a number, it is a string. Then let me create something like, let's num3 equals what? Let me put it in a string. Then I'll put 100. Then I can come to this place and do let's string. Let me put it in string equals what? Equals num3 plus num2. Then I will log it to the console.log. Console.log. Then I will log the string. Then next see the result of what we'll be having. So we are having 120 joined together. So in this case, if you are having a string and then joining together with a number, it is called concatenation. It is not longer addition. It is adding a string. Why are you having 10 then 20 after it, 120 after it? Is because we are having our num3 in a string, and if you want to add a string, you cannot add a string but concatenate together. You can only concatenate a string, you cannot add up a string. So that's what string is doing. This is a string. So automatically I've proven it to you that any number in a string, it is not a number but a string. So anything that will just make me to remove this string away from it, then what was it? Num3 plus num2, that's 100 plus 20. You should be seeing 120. So that's a number. Well, automatically it is back at number. But if it is in this case, it is a string, and the only result we'll be getting is what? Concatenation. So now we'll be moving to control flows. So in our next video, we'll be moving to control flows. So in our control flows, we'll be touching a lot of things. So we'll be doing logic and control flows, how to do some logic. Then we'll be touching control flows, our if statement, else statement, switch for and while loop, and so on. We'll be touching a lot of control flows. So in this video, the assignment is prove assignment, prove string is not okay. Prove that 1 plus 1 equals to 11. Prove 1 plus 1 equals to 11. So this will be the assignment. Prove 1 plus 1 equals to 11. So see you in the next video. We'll be talking about operators and logic. Logic and control flow. Thank you.